What's up, guys? This is Crypto James talking to you today about eCash. This is one I'm not a fan of, and I will explain a couple of the key reasons I'm not a fan, but they have truly aspirational goals, which achieved could see some substantial gains. So you can't acknowledge, you've got to acknowledge that their goals are pretty incredible if they can achieve them. So I'll talk about why I'm not hugely bullish on this at all. I don't think this is a crypto that I can see having huge success. I also want to talk about CPI data because that's imminent. We're going to be seeing that tomorrow, and that's going to have ramifications for the markets. So we need to see what's expected there, because then we can anticipate what will happen in the markets. Before I get into it, though, guys, if you're new to this channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They're also the first 26 coins I owned when I made the channel. Had you invested just $100 into each of these coins and then done everything wrong as an investor and just sat on them for basically 2 years straight and never checking your portfolio, having done everything wrong, you'd still be in profit for around 8 grand, which is not bad, doing nothing for 2 straight years. From a $2,600 investment, 8 grand profit, pretty good. But if you had sold these coins at the height of the market, when everything was going well, $100 into each, a $2,600 investment would have netted you a profit of 123 grand. It's a big difference. Now, I sold all my coins last year. These are not what I own anymore. If you want to see my current portfolio, you can do. You can go to copymycrypto.com. There I share all the coins in my portfolio. I give the members real-time updates anytime I buy or sell a coin. I release videos on a daily basis talking about the markets. We have tutorials that are set up for the members because we've got thousands and many of them not invested in anything before. And guys, we have a history of success on not only the channel but the site. Not least of which is Phantom. Phantom was a crypto that I did a Udemy course about. It's the only Udemy course I've ever made in my life, and it was in 2020, and it was about Phantom. So Phantom would 100x or more, and you're not going to find a single YouTuber out there that was talking about Phantom doing huge gains in 2020, and it ended up doing 677 times gain. Had you put in 2 grand into Phantom when I did that Udemy course and released it, you would have netted a profit of 1.3 million. Now, when I find the next Phantom, I'm not going to do a Udemy course like last time. I'm going to go onto my site. I'm going to tell the members about the coin. I'm going to tell the members about the gains I think it can have, and I'm going to tell the members the percentage of my money that I'm putting in. And if they want to, they can copy along. And if you're interested in taking your sort of the work out of your investing for 2023 in anticipation of the next bull cycle, then maybe this site is right for you. So go check it out, and do remember, anything you read on there, you can confirm yourself on the YouTube channel's history. Okay, eCash. So eCash used to be Bitcoin ABC, and they rebranded. They released they reorganized the coin supply. They multiplied it by 1,000. They multiplied it by 1 million, and as a result, obviously the price dropped substantially because there was a million times the amount of coins. Now, as I said, they're rebranded Bitcoin Cash ABC, which is a fork of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. It called itself a cryptocurrency that's designed to be used as electronic cash. Now, the problem I have there is I just don't see it. Fundamentally, right, at the base level, this is not going to be electronic cash. No goods, no services are going to want to take this. They might take Bitcoin, like companies, businesses, they might take Bitcoin, they might take Ethereum. You can even make an argument for potentially your real established big boy coins, XRP. You can make your arguments for Cardano because they've been around for so long as well. I wouldn't put your Avalanche or Solana in there because they've not been around that long. Bitcoin Cash ABC, not been around that long. I don't see a business wanting to take this ever, because it's too fluctuating. You need liquid assets, you need liquid cash when you've got a business, particularly when you want to reinvest that money into your company. I don't see how anyone's going to take this on and deal with the fluctuating prices and a bear cycle right now as a payment solution. It just doesn't make sense. But one thing I'll say is the developers have got really clear goals and aspirations. They're looking to scale this from 100 transactions per second to more than 5 million transactions per second, which would make it the single fastest chain out there. It would make it the strongest for developers. It's a huge ambition. They also intend for it to be Ethereum Virtual Machine compatible, which would make it fully operable for DeFi within the Ethereum network. And that would, again, be huge. For eCash, they could grow really well off of that. The developers have stated there's 5 core missions. One is ensuring anonymous transactions. That, for me, is a big negative. As much as I actually am very much pro anonymity in terms of transactions, governments aren't, and governments won't be. And as a result, I don't think you're going to find governments being, or any institution being overly keen on anonymity for anyone. Now, ensuring the immutability of transactions, I think that's obviously a plus. Guaranteeing that transactions remain almost free, obviously a big plus. And enforcing globally secure transactions with finality of fewer than 3 seconds, again, big plus. Designing the coin's infrastructure as a public good funded via its social contract, less so. But they've got an ambitious roadmap, and they're looking at canonical transaction ordering to enable scalable block processing. They're looking at Schnorr signatures to enable batched signature validation, which obviously, if it's batched signature validation, speeds everything up. You've got faster block propagation through graphene or other. You've got UTXO commitment with blockchain pruning and faster initial sync. You've got the Merklick metatree to enable scalable block processing, and you've got adaptive block sizes to support market-driven growth to 1 terabyte blocks. Now, if this could work, this could scale to from 50 transactions per user per day, or this could work for 50 transactions per user per day for up to 10 billion users. Now, obviously, that could be incredible, and if that did occur and they could actually achieve that, the ability to onboard new projects is enormous. It's enormous, but they have to achieve it. Firstly, I'm not convinced that is achievable right now. And you do have to bear that in mind. Look, aspiration is great, but can it be achieved? I'm not convinced it can be achieved, personally. The second thing is, no one right now is particularly building on this. And next, I'm not convinced by this as a payment solution. Also, what I'm surprised at is the mining stats. And the mining stats are relevant because, look, obviously we had the Ethereum merge, and the merge happened on the 6th of September. We didn't see any spike really in hash rate or anything around the 6th of September. We did see technically a spike at the back end of August. The hash rate doubled. But since then, it's come back down. I mean, the hash rate is actually at pretty much the same level it was at prior to the merge. In fact, it is at the same level it was prior to the merge. They've not really moved into, dramatically by the war in Ukraine. They weren't moved dramatically by the Fed hike, and they weren't moved dramatically by the FTX bankruptcy, really. But the fact that you didn't have a consistent flock of miners that were interested in potentially, going to eCash is a pretty big negative for me. And I know obviously it's a different SHA, you're looking at SHA 256 as opposed to what Ethereum ran on. But I would have expected a bigger surge if it's a quality project, because miners go where the money is, and miners haven't exactly flocked here. So that is a big negative for me as well. And I just don't see this as a payment solution. I can't see it. I can't see it working. I can't see the intrigue or the excitement around it, personally. Now, it's on 182,000 people's watch list. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there that believe this can do something. And maybe it can. Its all-time high was around about, 15 times where it is now. Yeah, about 15 times ish where it was right now. But I'm not bullish on this. I'm not bullish on this because I don't see a payment solution here that anyone will use, or certainly any businesses will use, and I don't think most people would take it or trade it straight off the bat. I don't think ensuring anonymity is a positive in terms of being then subject to more government oversight. I think that's always a bad thing. You never want that. We've seen what's happened with privacy coins being delisted on some exchanges, and I think that's an inevitability. So if you do go that way, I think there's a big problem there. Me personally, I'm not a big fan. I like anonymity, but I think being heavy into privacy coins would be a bad call at this rate, at this sort of current economic climate. For me, I'm not bullish on eCash at all. Not to say that it can't do gains. Obviously, it could go back to its all-time high. But it's one I would avoid because I think there's too much up in the air. Like I said, I respect ambition, but until I see deliverables, it's not one for me. Now, if in 6 months' time they've managed to scale from a friggin' 100 transactions per second to 10,000, 20,000, they're on the right course, and very possibly they could be one I have to reevaluate. But right now they're too far away from the goal, and I don't like the privacy element of it. I think that's a problem they'll end up having to deal with, and they could be delisted if they can ensure anonymity with transactions. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think if they go and ensure anonymity with transactions, they're going to have problems? Do you think the goals are too aspirational or not? Let me know in the comments. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss these videos. They will either make you money, or in this case, save you money. So go check it out. And guys, go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my portfolio. I share anytime I buy or sell a coin. I let the members know in real time whenever I buy or sell. I release videos on a daily basis. We have tutorials set up for the members. We've got thousands of members, and a lot of them have never invested in anything. So these tutorials help them along the way. And we have a huge history of success on the channel and on the site. We've had big wins. Not least of which is obviously Phantom, which went up 677 times. When I find the next Phantom, I'm going to absolutely get on that site, talk it through with the members, what the coin is, what the gains I think it can have are, what percentage of my money I'm putting in, and they can copy along if they want. If that interests you and you want to take all the work out of it in terms of your crypto investing, then go check the site. And do remember, everything that's on that site, everything that you read, you can verify yourself on the channel. And last thing, guys, look, CPI data comes out tomorrow. This has always been, over the last year, this has been really sort of a big market mover. The big driver for the moves this week has been that CPI data. There is an expectation that we're going to see a drop down to around 6.5% for CPI data, and core CPI should drop to potentially 5.7%. Now, if CPI data is lower than either of those two figures, we are probably looking at quite a nice rally in the markets. Projections for stocks and shares are around a 3% move to the upside if the CPI data is lower than 6.5%. So if stocks and shares move up 3% or so, we would be expecting higher percentage moves for crypto. So we could be looking at 8 to 10% moves for the crypto market, or certainly for your bigger cryptos like Bitcoin, over or after the release of the CPI data. So we could see quite a nice market rally tomorrow. Obviously, if the CPI data is worse than projected, so if we get higher numbers than 6.5% for CPI, higher than 5.7% for core CPI, expect a market pullback around the same sort of range, possibly, that's sort of 6, 7, 8% for Bitcoin. So tomorrow going to be a very, very interesting day. Always enjoy those days. And if you're unfamiliar, guys, with how the market sees the release of the CPI data, go on to minute-by-minute charts, because you'll see the immediate market response. And it's a good little educational tool, watching those minute-by-minute charts. And yeah, let's see what happens. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.